Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to online English and German classes. A Roadside Stand by Robert Frost. We are going to study one of the poems of the American poet Robert Frost. Robert Frost lived from 1874 to 1963. Besides being a farmer, he was a school teacher as well. Later on, he realized that he was born to be a poet. He went on to become one of the most prolific, successful, and well-loved poets in the whole history of America, though in the beginning he was rejected by the Americans. Frost is highly regarded for his realistic depiction of rural life. He uses simple and everyday informal language. He is better regarded or he is better placed in depicting nature realistically. Why? Because he has experienced it himself being a farmer. Because of Frost's love of nature, he is upset with urbanization. In fact, so am I. The cities are encroaching upon the nature. The farmers and rural people who once used to be happy and prosperous. But with the growth of cities, farmers have lost their ancestral land and thus lost their very occupation, or are losing their very occupation of farming. They now began to depend on the mercy of the businessmen and industrialists. Frost is deeply upset with the farmers' dependence on the business establishments in cities. Today, the farming community finds themselves deceived both by the government and powerful industrialists due to their disdainful attitudes to them. Frost examines complex social and philosophical themes in his poems. He has received 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. His poems highlight both personal and social issues. About the poem. In the poem, A Roadside Stand, Frost strongly defends the rural population. Frost strongly believes that the rural population is soon going to be run over and wiped out by the city dwellers. The poet makes a comparison between the characteristics of the city dwellers with those of the farming community. Frost finds the city dwellers to be insensitive and to the needs of the rural population. These city dwellers, according to the poet, are selfish and self-centered, and they least hesitate to harm nature and others for their monetary benefits. They are not comfortable with the people who do not agree with them. A Roadside Stand. The little old house out with a little new shed in front at the edge of the road where the traffic sped. A roadside stand that too pathetically pled, it would not be fair to say for a dole of bread. The farmer has put a little stand in which he has put the produce that he has grown in his farm, and he expects not the charity, the money in charity, rather he expects to sell his produce and earn some money. He doesn't want any kind of charity. So through these lines, the poet also makes a contrast between this thatched or this poor stand with the polished life of the city people. So not for charity, but for some of the money, the cash whose flow supports the flower of cities from sinking and withering faint. What does the farmer want? The farmer also wants to earn some money in a legitimate way. Okay, and he has right to earn so, and this money, this economy, the poet says that in order to make the country develop, as in India also we have been visualizing the Vishwa Guru. So a country cannot be Vishwaguru or a developed nation unless there is, balance between the rural and urban population. So that is very much needed to balance the rural and urban economy if the country has to be developed and keep going. So this is the philosophy of the poet, and this is really needed. Okay, and so here the flower actually it is a metaphor used for money because he is being a farmer, and that's why he has used the flower. So this flower or this money is needed as it is needed by the urban population, so it is needed by the rural population for their survival, and also to maintain the economy of the country. There has to be balance. Okay, it has to be, the balance has to be maintained. Now, the polished traffic passed with a mind ahead, or if ever aside a moment, then out of sorts, at having the landscape marred with the artless paint of signs that with N turned wrong and S turned wrong. Okay, now the farmer is waiting for some car to stop and buy something from their stand, roadside stand, and they can get some money, okay, for their needs. But what happens? There stops a car, a polished car, a very expensive car. It stops there. Sometimes, not always it stops. Not always it stops. They ignore, the cars ignore, but sometimes it stops. But for what? For buying the things? No, not for buying the things, but for making a complaint. For complaining. What kind of complaint? At having landscape. So they hear landscape, they hear complain that these rustic people, these illiterate people, these unmindful people, these people who do not have mind or who do not have taste for nature or landscape, the beauty of landscape, okay, and so that they are complaining, the city dwellers, when they come by car, they stop their car, they complain that these rustic people, these illiterate people have put up a very bad signboard. They are illiterate people, they have turned they have not written the right spelling, correct spelling, they have not put the right direction, so that mars or that spoils the scenic beauty. Dear readers, it's for you to decide whether the village folk spoil nature or it is the industrialists and the businessmen and the government who are spoiling. Okay, there is, it depends with which perspective we are seeing the things. Okay. So you see, they stop for what? So you can visualize their attitude. Offered for sale wild berries in a wooden quoits or crooked necked golden squash with silver warts, or beauty rest in a beautiful mountain scene. Now, what the farmer has there in his roadside stand? Okay, actually he has all these things, vegetables, fruits, he has displayed, and apart from these fruits and vegetables that he has grown himself with too much of love and affection and attachment, like growing one's own family, apart from that he has a frame. Okay, the frame of scenery is there, right? So these are the things that the farmer sells in his roadside stand. Now, okay, and they will be living near theater and store. So there now it will be a developed place, no more a village, and they don't have to think for like these kind of things. It is like when we go for fishing, we put some bait there in order to trap the fish. So this is what the government or the business people or industrialists do. They give cash to the farmers and force them to sell their land to the government or the businessmen or industrialists, and they are promised, dear farmers, okay, you have worked, you have been working for so long, now you don't have to work. Why you don't have to work so hard, okay, in your field? Because first thing, there won't be field left for you, and second thing, new business, new complexes will be there, city malls will be there, shopping complexes will be there, okay, school and colleges will be there. So you will have so many opportunities, and you will come there and work there, okay, you will work there and you will earn money and you will become gentlemen, okay, but they will not say that you will become slaves. Okay, now to live in villages next to the theater and the store, where they won't have to think for themselves anymore, while greedy good doers. So this I have already explained. Okay, while greedy good doers, beneficent beasts of prey, swarm over their lives, enforcing benefits that are calculated to suit them out of their wits. Dear viewers, you know, the poet is very, very upset here. The poet has called them greedy good doers. So, two opposite words, oxymoron, good doers, and they are greedy. So, they are good doers, but in fact they are greedy. What does it mean? That greed is hidden. Okay, they promise, the government promise, the government promise on behalf of industrialists and businessmen, okay, that we will do good for you, oh farmers, you don't need to worry. But in fact they are not doing any good to them in the long run. They are greedy, okay, beneficent beasts of prey. So it is like they are hunting them, okay, they are hunting them, they are killing them. You know, those tigers are there or lions are there, they will be hiding, or wolves, or let me say wretched animal like hyenas are there, they will be hiding themselves for their prey. Okay, so there are stories in Panchatantra when sometimes these animals will promise to their victims that I have now stopped hunting, okay, I have turned to vegetarian. But these people, okay, the money minded people can never be okay, so they swarm over their lives, they swarm over like the, you know, when a dead body is there, you have seen vultures sitting on the dead body and how they eat. So these money minded people are like that only. Okay, the poet thinks so. Enforcing benefits, no, you have to take these benefits, this is for your benefits, you have to take advantage of the policies of the government, you have to take that. Arey, what kind of this thing is there? Why should we take the advantages? So it is not that we have to take the advantages, rather in the long run we are going to be their slaves, okay, that are calculated to suit them out of their wits. Once these farmers like have spent all their money, they will have no opportunities but to work for them. And recently it was there, not from 8 hours to 12 hours, now it came down, but at least the mindset was exposed, no. So this is what the city dwellers have their in their mind, okay, the hidden agenda with them. And by teaching them how to sleep, they sleep all day, destroy their sleep at night the ancient way. Okay, so you don't have to work, you have to rest, you have to take rest. Okay, you have to be lazy, the farmers are known for their hard work, they are very hard working people. Okay, but now after selling the land to these people, these vultures, they have enough money, they will be lazying around. Okay, but in the long run what they are going to do, these vultures have destroyed their sleeping at night the ancient way. What is the ancient way? The ancient way, the traditional way for the farming community has been that work hard in their fields so that they get good sleep during the nights. They never get sleeping pills for the same. Okay. Sometimes I feel myself I can hardly bear the thought of so much childish longing in vain, the sadness that lurks near the open window there. Actually, the poet Robert Frost is very, very upset. He feels the suffering of the farming community. Not all people have these kind of feelings. When people in other parts of the world die, we simply count their numbers. Why? Because just for saying Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, not in real sense. But the poet feels this. The poet feels the sufferings and the pains of the hard-working farmers and how they are deceived by those moneyed people and the government. Okay. Sometimes I feel myself I can hardly bear the thought of so much childish longing in vain. The poet notices the farmer longing in vain. Longing for what? Waiting patiently with hopeful eyes, praying to God for at least a few customers to stop there and buy something, so that what you understand, you don't need a rocket science to understand that. The sadness that lurks near the open window there, they are praying for the city dwellers, for the cars to stop there. So the poet knows that it is in vain. They are not going to understand the pains and the sufferings of the poor people or the farming community or the laborers that waits all day in almost open prayer for the squeal of brakes, the sound of a stopping car. All that a farmer wants is stopping of a car. Let a car come and stop here to buy something so that I can also feel the cash. After note ban, feeling of cash is really feeling of a different kind of feeling. Of all the 1,000 selfish cars that pass, just one to inquire what a farmer prices are. Cars stop. A few cars stop. Just one, not a few. Of all the 1,000 selfish cars, the poet again emphasizes. He says that these selfish city dwellers, they do not pay attention to the roadside stand. Are they there to show there some magic? They are there to sell something vegetable, and we all need the people living in the city don't need vegetables or fruit. No, we need. So why to buy from the mall only? Why not to buy from these hard working people? So it is only because we have become insensitive. It is only because we do not feel for them. We do not consider them to say that, okay, we are family. That is just lip service. Okay, that is nothing in real. So of all the 1,000 selfish, a car stops there, but for what it stops? Just one to inquire what a farmer's prices are. A car stops there, but for what? For buying the things? No. Just to ask what are the prices here. And one did stop. Another car stops there for what? But only to plow the grass. Why? Because it has lost the direction and it has to go back from there. So you know that in the previous stanza it was there that scenic beauty, the rustic people, they do not have any mind, and these are illiterate people, and these are all that unmindful people. Now here you come to understand who is spoiling the beauty. Okay, so just to disturb, just to spoil the grass in the yard there. And one did stop, but only to plow up the grass, just to spoil the grass in front of the stand or nearby, in using the yard to back and turn around. And they will blame the poor and the farmers and the laborers for all these things. And another to ask, would they sell it a gallon of gas? And then there will be another person, another car will stop, not to buy things, but to ask if they can get a gallon of fuel. And what nonsense, dear city dwellers. You are educated people. Can't you see? Are you blind? Can't you see that they are selling vegetables and fruit? You don't need vegetable and fruit. Do you eat the mouse of computer or keyboard of computer? You need it, you can buy. Okay, he has not got a gallon of gas, you can buy fruit or vegetable from there. No, I will not buy. I'll buy from the mall only in the city. Why? Because I understand everything. They couldn't, they had none. Didn't it see? So the farmer gets hurt. Why this much insensitivity to their feelings? Why do they not understand? Can't they see? Are they blind that we are not selling fuel? What we are selling, they are not buying, and what we are not selling, they are asking us to give them? No. In country money, the country scale of gain, the requisite lift of spirit has never been found. The life of the village people, village folk, they have been hard working, but they get the least share in the economy of the country. They are never going to be at par with the city dwellers. It is not that they are not honest. They are very honest people, unlike us. Okay, but still it is not going to improve. Or so the voice of the country seems to complain, and it is their complaint. They are not getting enough opportunities there in the village. Now the feelings of the poet Frost. I can't help owning the great relief it would be to put these people at one stroke out of their pain. The poet simply cannot bear the sufferings, cannot see the sufferings of these farmers. He wants to finish, he wants to stop this suffering forever and forever. But how can you stop this suffering forever and forever? To put these people at one stroke out of their pain. How? How can you stop the pain or suffering all of a sudden with one stroke only? And then, so how? Here, in one stroke means the poet wants that they should all be killed. There should be mass murder, slaughter. You remember Nazis' actions. So all should be killed altogether at a time. Neither be their life nor be any suffering. This is what the poet feels for the sufferings of the farming community, and a way to end the suffering forever and forever. He thinks so. But the next day, when he brushes his teeth and he is awake, he realizes, no, 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 no. This cannot be the solution. How can you kill somebody to end his suffering? Okay, so he realizes the next day, and then next day, as I come back into the scene, I wonder how I should like you to come to me and offer to put me gently out of my pain. He thinks that the poet now realizes, no, it was a mistake. I should not think like that. Suppose if I uh, suffer from these kind of hardships, then should anybody come and end my life? Should anybody come and kill me? How will I feel? So he makes a shift in his thinking. No, no, this cannot be the remedy for that. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you all, and please keep praying for me. You have the money, but if you want to be mean, why keep your money and go along? The hurt to the scenery wouldn't be my complaint, so much as the trusting sorrow of what is unsaid. Dear friends, in these lines, we come across the city dwellers' attitude to the farming community. For you and for me, it doesn't matter. We can step in a shop, buy fruit or vegetable, pay money, and go away. Okay? We do not have any emotions or attachment with that fruit or vegetable. But for a farmer who has seen, so when a farmer grows fruit or vegetable, it is not just for money he grows that. He grows it like his own family. So he put his heart and soul there. He is emotionally attached with his produced, unlike we people. He is emotionally attached with the fruit and vegetable that he grows. He has seen growing of the vegetable or fruit himself. So the farmer, when the city dweller, when the person from the city rejects the frame of beautiful scenery, the farmer is not hurt. The farmer is not hurt so much because he is not emotionally attached with that frame. But when the city dweller or when the people from city reject the produce, the agricultural produce, the fruit or the vegetable which the farmer has grown with his own hands, and he is so much emotionally attached with that, when that is rejected, it is like rejecting his art, his own emotions, as if there is no respect for his emotions or his art or for his love. Okay, so this is the attitude of the city dwellers. To a great extent, we people have become like that. We try to measure everything with money. You give service, I give you money. So that should not be the way. The emotions, the sentiments which are attached with the things cannot be like you cannot buy that. So farmer is hurt at that, which only the farmers will feel. The city dwellers like you and me will not feel. Now, here far from the city, we make our roadside stand and ask for some city money to feel in our hand, to try if it will not make our beings expand and give us the life of the moving pictures. Okay, till hand. Okay, so here the farmer says that we have put our roadside stand far from the cities, far from the cities. We are not going to interfere with the city life. We are happy with whatever we are earning. We don't want to earn all the money from there. Okay, we don't want that lion's share of money in the government's economy. Just now the government has announced 20,000, that's 20 lakh crores of rupees. For whom? For the farmer. He has announced, okay, to bail out the business and the industrial businessmen and the industrialists. So farmer is always deceived, farmers are always deceived. Okay, so the farmer is hurt and he is angry. Okay, he shows his anguish here, that we just want a little bit of money, that the full flow, that 20 lakh crores of money you have got. So I want just a little of that money. Why do I want little money? Why? To try if it will not make our being expand and give us the life of the moving pictures promise that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. The life of farmer, they work for us, but their life is miserable, and we with the use of that satanic use of our mind, we control the community, that the economy of the country. Okay, the more shrewd we become, the more moneyed person we become. Okay, so here the farmer wants only a little bit of money, so that the farmers, their children, and they have seen in the movies that people are there, they wear good clothes, good shoes, good watches, good spectacles. Okay, so they are also the get inspired, or you can think that they also want that to us to some extent, not exactly like them. The farmer doesn't want much, but only a little bit of money they want, so that they can also buy good clothes, okay, expensive watches or spectacles or shoes, or they can also get bike or something like that. That they are not asking in charity. They actually, they have every right, they have this right. Okay, should we not give them the opportunity? And in the last line the farmer says, okay, that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. The money will go to the industrialists, to the businessmen, or to the white collared people. Okay, and those people who have got enough money to invest and get money, it multiplied it. Okay, farmer remains there, they work very hard. Okay, so, and government farm, what do farmers get? In irrespective of which countries they are living, what do farmers get? The farmers, they get only promises by the government. Okay, suppose a particular government is there in power, so they will not do anything. The next time when they are not in power, they are in opposition, they will raise the voice, and they will like to be the representative of the farmers. They will speak that the government is not doing anything for the farmer. Okay, again they come in the government in power, they will not do anything. So for the farmers are deceived by one and all, by the government, by the industrialists and the businesses. And their lands are also being taken away by the government or by the different authorities forcibly, whether they want it or not, whether they agree to give it or not. Okay, so that is the reality of the world. Now, it is in the news that all these pitiful kin are to be bought out and mercifully gathered into living villages next to the theater and the store, where they won't have to think for themselves anymore. Recently, I have happened to watch a movie, Mard by Amitabh Bachchan. So this episode I have seen there, this type of scene, how the Englishmen plan to build a shopping malls and complexes for themselves, and want the villagers to go away from there. They burn the village of the villagers, the houses of the villagers, and things have not changed very much since then. Now also the farmers, or the farmers and laborers are set together, so are still some, going. And now the question answer section. Question number 1. The city folk who drove through the country hardly paid any heed to the roadside stand or to the people who ran it. If at all they did, it was to complain. Which lines bring this out? What was their complaint about? The answer is, or if aside a moment, then out of sorts at having the landscape marred with artless paint of signs that with N turned wrong and S turned wrong. They complained that rural people don't care for beauty. They spoiled or spoil, you can write in either tense, the beauty of the landscape with their artless signboards. Since they are illiterates, so they don't know how to write proper letters on their signboards. Question 2. What was the plea of the folk who had put up the roadside stand? The answer is, the village folk plead that they have made their stand far from the city. They also have the right to earn some cash so that they can buy some items of luxuries. Which luxuries? Here it should be colon, not semicolon. Clothes and shoes. What they see in Hollywood movies. Question 3. The government and other social service agencies appear to help the poor rural people, but actually do them no good. Pick out the words and phrases that the poet uses to show their double standards. The answer, the phrases and the words which the author has written are greedy, good doers, and beneficent beasts of prey. Question 4. What is the childish longing that the poet refers to? Why is it in vain or vain? The village folk wait eagerly at their roadside stand for the vehicles to stop. Their wish is childish. Why? Because the city dwellers or the speeding cars hardly pay any attention to them. In fact, they are insensitive to their feelings. Which lines tell us about the insufferable pain that the poet feels at the thought of the plight of the rural people? The answer is, I can't help owning the great relief if would be to put these people at one stroke out of their pain forever. That's all. Thank you very much.